All right, guys, so today's challenge is film a YouTube video with 5% phone battery because I went out of town and forgot my laptop with a video I was supposed to edit and post today. And I'm gonna do this with no edits. I'm walking dog in this nice white suburban neighborhood over here. And I wanna talk about something that I talked about on a consulting call with a good friend and acquaintance who has a lot of skills and is looking for the best way to monetize them without driving himself up a wall, and to do so sustainably without also being a grifter. So we started talking about, what makes things, we got very conceptual. What makes people want to buy? What does a service look like that you feel good about, that you can do for a long time and not hate, based on the skills you have, the audience that you have, the connections you have. And we really get down to it. And there's two main things I wanted to talk about in this video, and then I wanted to apply it to how you could use it to get a remote sales job or just do the next thing beyond remote sales. And so the first thing is people will pay a lot of money for perspective. Perspective is one of the most important things that you can possibly deliver to someone. Perspective is basically viewpoints from other people's situations and scenarios that are going to save you a lot of time, whether it's viewpoints of failure, successes, so on and so forth. Time is the most valuable asset that we have. And if you can save someone time, that's worth a lot of money. So one is like accurate perspective and condensing time to either avoid mistakes or get certain outcomes. Perspective. The next thing is leverage. So once you have the perspective, once we know exactly which way we need to run, how do we run as fast as possible? And through traditional business sense, leverage is employees, it's paid ads, it's content, it's things that scale. And I think my phone might die. But in a sales job, maybe leverage is access to opportunities. Maybe leverage is access to other people who are also doing this. And so if you combine an accurate perspective to avoid mistakes and avoid wasting your time with the means to apply leverage to your situation that other people traditionally don't have, you are going to get so much further than you ever thought possible in an amount of time that would surprise you. And where most people go wrong is they apply leverage without having perspective. And that leverage gets applied in a direction that is not getting them to where they want to be. And they might feel lost after that because they get to a point where they don't want to be. And they're discouraged because they put all this effort. Maybe they invested time, resources, whatever, quit a job. And they're like, what the fuck? I'm not supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be there. That's because you didn't have perspective, brother. So let me sum this up. When you're trying to get a remote sales job in a new industry, there's a lot of perspective that you need, especially when it's commission only, because the downside of commission only sales is $0. And in fact, it's not $0. It's actually the money you would have made in your old job if commission only sales, if you hadn't quit for commission only sales, right? And so the perspective of people who have already done it, who are doing it now, and have done it many times over, is so infinitely valuable when the downside, especially when the downside is not only zero, but negative. So my CTA for you, if you are pursuing remote high ticket sales, setting, closing, management, or business ownership, the way that I've made the best decisions in my life and been able to get outcomes that most people are not able to, like making a lot of money in sales, building a sales agency, selling it, making a community that gives me a lot of money and a good lifestyle. Perspective, I pay for it usually, or I get it from friends, but I usually pay for it. And then those people I pay become friends, or I just bang my head against the wall, which that's not a very good way to do things. Trust me. You could probably understand why. So if that's you, I'm trying to navigate this dead end right here. If that's you, you want an outcome, and it might not even be a remote sales. You just want a outcome that is hard to achieve and most people don't achieve it. Find the perspective, pay for the perspective, and then apply leverage, but make sure the leverage is applied in the right direction. And don't think about it too much, but look back in 12 months and you're going to be like, holy shit, I made it. Holy shit, we're getting somewhere. At least you'll be directionally correct in that sense. So if you want leverage to get into a remote sales job, do it fast, minimize downside, get jobs sent to you, and have me personally do resume, loom video, all that stuff for you. The serial sales community, been running it for 3 years. It's a perfect example of leverage that I've been able to build for myself, combined with perspective. And that is literally what we sell to people like you watching this video. We sell certainty. We sell downside mitigation. We sell leverage and perspective, or perspective and leverage. And we'd love to help you out. I think that was pretty good for 5% battery. Hopefully this comes out well. Not too many edits. We're gonna roll with it. I'll see you guys in the next video.